those respect, love. Those are the crucial things before you build the solutions.
Today on One Always There.
Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary.
Today on One, opposition makes its presence felt in the National Council. MTC commits over $5 million Namibia to Hope Village. And SAPA Namibia lobbying for more restrictive alcohol policies.
The 6th National Council was inaugurated in Parliament as representatives from all 14 regions took on their role as members of the House that reviews and considers bills submitted by the National Assembly. 42 members of the National Council took the oath of office as they were sworn in today by the Chief Justice Peter Shivute.
I do hereby swear hold and defend the Constitution and the laws of the Republic of Namibia.
In the 6th National Council, SWAPO maintains its 2/3 majority, but the opposition is 14 members. The swearing-in process kicked off smoothly, but the opposition soon made their presence known as 3 members were nominated for the chairperson position, with 1 declining the nomination. The secretary adjourned the House and called for a ballot vote. The vote led to Lucas Moa of SWAPO from Kavango West being elected the chairperson of the National Council with 29 votes against UDF's Sebastian Gobbs, who only got 13 votes. For the vice chairperson, opposition members nominated Harold Kamburudo of LPM, but SWAPO's Victoria Kouma was elected after ballots were casted once again. Accepting the position, Moa said that he looks forward to enhancing the role of the August House in its mandate of complementing the National Assembly as 2 sister houses tasked with the responsibility of lawmaking process.
The office of the chairperson will endeavor to orientate the Namibian public on the function of the National Council as a sister chamber within the parliamentary bicameral system. Allow me to thank my predecessors. One of them is here with us, Honorable Svalatan, for the foundation laid by them since the inception of this August House. Similarly, I extend my wholehearted appreciation to the people of Namibia in general, and in particular, the people of Mankumpi constituency in Kavango West region, for paving the way to this very historic achievement in my life.
Giving the keynote speech was the Prime Minister Sarah Kuhongero Amadila, who urged the members to conduct themselves in a dignified manner.
We should also conduct the debate in the House in a manner that reflects the dignity of the House and indeed honors the public whom we represent and serve. And I want to underline that. When we get angry with one another and we want to address one another in a disrespectful manner, we are not fixing one another. We are disrespecting the House, and we are disrespecting the public that elected us to represent them. I want to conclude by emphasizing the importance of upholding the best standards of governance in the management of the Council, the National Council that is, as a public institution. Effective public sector governance requires that there are purposeful efforts to ensure effective administration of public institutions.
I now declare this session officially closed.
Also present to witness the ceremony was the Minister of ICT, Peya Mushelenga, the President of NUDO, Esther Munyangwe, and the Secretary General of SWAPO, Sophia Shaningwa. The new council will serve a term of 5 years. Reporting for Today in One, I'm Joseph Shifeni.
Cynical place, and I must be a cynical man.
Spot on. Sherlock Holmes.
Joan Watson. I've been hired by your father to be your sober companion. I'm here to make the transition from your rehab experience to the routine of your everyday life as smooth as possible.
Look at this place. Yuck. Can't wait for you to tidy it.
You care to explain why you broke out of your rehab facility the same day you were being released?
Bored.
You were bored.
No, I am bored right now. Happens often. You'll get used to it. You're a doctor, you understand.
I'm not a doctor.
Were a doctor. Surgeon, judging by your hands.
You were a detective?
I worked as a consultant at Scotland Yard. I wasn't paid for my services and therefore I answered no one but myself. I've decided to resume my work as a consultant here, in New York. Consider every wretched hive of depravity and murder in this city my place of business.
Win free airtime with #LearnOn1. Share your comments on the lessons. WhatsApp your feedback, name and town to 081 200 6659. #LearnOn1. Invite learning in.
Telecommunications giant MTC continues to fulfill its corporate social responsibility on every front in the country, having recently pledged 5.7 million Namibia dollars over a period of 3 years to the Hope Village Orphanage in Katutura. MTC's Chief of Human Capital at the partnership event extended gratitude to the leadership of Hope Village, stressing the value of children in any society.
The Hope Village is a home to so many children that face imminent closure. They reach out to so many people and companies so that they can continue to provide love and care to over 100 children that live here. They were afraid that they would have to close up this month and send homeless kids into the street. But you know that in Mark 10 verse 4, Jesus says, "Let the children come to me. Don't stand in their way, for this is what the kingdom of God is all about." On behalf of the entire O81 nation, the board, management, and all MTC ambassadors, and of course you as well, our customers, we wish to commit an amount of 1.9 million per annum and an amount of 5.7 million over the next 3 years. We are making this commitment so that you can continue to instill a sense of hope in these children. Every child, every Namibian child needs a champion. And we will, at MTC, will never give up on them. I also know that there are a lot of individuals who have committed, whether it is 500, whether it is 200, on a monthly basis to keep this place going. I would like to assure you that the fact that we have now partnered with Hope Village does not mean that those partners must now disappear, because we know that the need is much more than what we are going to commit here today. So we're asking the partners that we're coming in the spirit of partnership, as this is not a sponsorship, this is corporate social responsibility. And we would therefore like to partner with you to ensure that this place continues to create hope for so many kids.
The founder of the village explains that the center was established back in 2008, accommodating 92 orphan children, adding that the partnership with MTC will cater for 2/3 of operational costs at the village, which usually cost 3.5 million Namibia dollars per year in operations.
We started Hope Village 12 years ago, and it's for children affected or infected with HIV, so either they have it or their family members that died are very sick. Later on, abandoned children, especially last couple of years, came in. Also children taken away from their parents permanently by gender equality because of drug misuse, abuse, alcoholism and things like that. So all the children that's with us are placed permanently with us. So we started 12 years ago. We wanted to create a home, not another orphanage, not a hostel. Yes, we have rules, but we function like homes. And why I can say that we have accomplished that is because on a Saturday, you will see all my children. I have about 20 children that already went through our village, and they come home for Saturday. They come and spend the Saturday and the Sunday here with the other children. Some of my girls that are working outside of Windhoek, when they have holiday, they come and stay with us. And that shows we are really home for them, and that's how they see us. So that's basically the idea. We wanted to give a home like we give our own children as much as possible with the finances that we have, where they are built up, where they're looked after physically, emotionally, where educationally, and every way that we can lift them up. Because what we want to do, that we want to reintegrate them into society, and we want to see them as responsible adults, active in society.
Voluntary individuals and families added their voices through contributions to the Southern African Alcohol Policy Alliance SAPA Namibia Memory Guild Project lobby for more restrictive alcohol policies. With alcohol consumption, drugs and substance abuse associated with social challenges such as crime, depression, mental health, disability, the spread of HIV and COVID-19, and gender-based violence, just to name a few. SAPA Namibia, together with other stakeholders, gathered to lobby for more restrictive alcohol policies.
It was 2016 when my baby was bumped by a car, and she lost both her legs. It is very saddening, but we have to deal with it. And on the other hand is the driver that has done this is roaming free in Katutura. The sentencing he's just got a fine. So you just wonder, what is the government or what is the magistrate or whoever is enforcing these laws? What are they thinking about victims? They're just giving
Alcohol was the cause also of unemployment. And it was directly the cause of homelessness at the end of the day. So, but within the alcohol abuse also, it also hampered future employment. It doesn't only hamper future employment, but also obtaining credibility. Alcohol was the cause also of strained family relationships and also friendships and stuff. So at the end of the day, you just had family and friends around you and it was going good. But when it kicks in, it was another story. So my story, short and sweet, is think twice before you consume any alcohol. Don't just think for the short-term effect that you're having a party at that time, that you are the famous person between people, because you only have friends when you have alcohol. That is the reality.
I studied alcohol when I was small, but tasting, good, very stuff. Later, when I went to school, high school, I started consuming like nothing. Consuming alcohol, and I drink until I lost my memory. All I remember is just depression. How can I solve this depression? Take a beer or drink it. It does not end. You still have it. Have self-control. If they say drink responsibly, it doesn't mean that you must drink and drink and drink. Drink knowing how you consume it. If you over-consume it, you are not zero.
Sandine Jaronda, an intern chairperson of SAPA Namibia, said that the aim of the alliance is to share knowledge of alcohol policy development and identify common policies that can lobby the regional bloc at a global level.
One of the things that I want to introduce is the fact that we, SAPA Namibia, we are marking a very important day in the history of our existence in the country. We are realizing that today, as we mark what we call the cult, the memory cult, we are trying to raise awareness around the importance of observing the impacts of alcohol and drugs to societies and to communities. We have you as partners coming together to try to amplify our voices, to try to raise our voices around the impacts of alcohol and the harmful effects of alcohol to our society. And that message is going to be conveyed through a platform called a memory cult. It's a platform that captures the experiences of people in society, what they have gone through, what they have experienced, what they have seen, and sometimes also reflecting their lives and how their lives resonate with what they have gone through.
SAPA Namibia is a public health intervention movement influenced by the World Health Organization recommendation for reducing alcohol-related harm in SADC's Protocol on Health, and currently has representation in 7 countries in the SADC region.
Early this morning, woke up holding my head, hearing my heartbeat all night long. Shades of this motel keeping me in bed, reading the news, just trying to stay strong. I need to just get up, take a deep breath, keep it together, 'cause it's a beautiful day. Sun on my face, feeling okay. Don't let it get away. It's a beautiful day. Feel so proud, screaming out loud. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Feel so proud, screaming out loud. It's a beautiful day.
In other leading stories, the Namibian police force has raised concern regarding recent scammers targeting desperate vehicle buyers. The scammers provide falsified documents bearing forged signatures and soliciting funds under false pretense. They share pictures of the vehicle which they are selling with the would-be buyer on Facebook, and once the buyer expresses interest in buying the vehicle, they would then arrange and complete alleged paperwork which bears a forged police date stamp as well as a forged signature of one of the police deputy inspector generals to make it seem authentic. Currently, the Namibian police is investigating a syndicate which involves a number of people, including women, who are sent by the scammer to withdraw money that is deposited by the buyer. Thus far, 43,000 Namibia dollars was recovered. The investigation into this particular scam is at an advanced stage, and so far 2 suspects have been arrested. Preliminary investigations conducted established that male suspects involved in this case are convicted offenders serving in a correctional facility. A unit or cell search was then conducted at the correctional facility by correctional officers, and as a result, 5 cell phones were found in the targeted cells. The Namibian police force would therefore like to reiterate its continuous warning by deterring the Namibian nation from smuggling items into the police or correctional facilities, because it gives room to criminals to advance their criminal activities. The Namibian police force further discourages the nation from engaging in unverified online transactions, urging community members to be cautious when buying cars, to always stay alert to the possibility of being scammed when deciding to buy. Members of the public are reminded of the risks of buying cars which they have not viewed physically, and are urged not to deposit money into an account for a car that has not been received.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages.
The 7 accused in the #Fishrod case appeared before the Windhoek Magistrates Court, where they were informed that they will have to spend a second festive season in custody, as the matter was postponed to the 5th of February 2021. Chitumba says it's the best news ever, noting that they must rot in jail. Angula says the other suspects must also be revealed. Faro wants the lawyer to be arrested too. Eames questions the lawyer's behavior, adding that he lacks argument ability. Joaquin says they must be forgiven, while Scott Jeans feels pity for the former Minister of Fisheries, Bernard Esso.
And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day, only on Today and One.
Today, I'm joined by a panel of men. As per usual, we men get to talk about what we men really talk about. The program aims to make sure that what is left in the dark definitely comes to light.
I did see my father physically abusing my mother. So I didn't grow up with that I should beat a woman, because I hated what my dad did to my mom.
You know, whether this older woman does it with you, whether she, violates you, it's sort of seen that boosts your ego as a man.
Was that as a young man, I think at 17, 18, I started dating and realized that it's a very fascinating thing to have sex and so forth. So we had lots of what we call friends with benefits.
Win free airtime with One Africa TV. Share your comments on the channel. SMS your feedback, name and town to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
A look at the weather forecast. First, an advisory from the Windhoek Met Office. Widespread thunder showers with flash floods are expected over the Zambezi region tomorrow. The Namibia interior partly cloudy and hot to very hot in the Karis region and the northwest. Elsewhere, partly cloudy and hot to very hot, but warm in the Zambezi region with a few to isolated thunder showers, but scattered to widespread thunder showers in the Zambezi region. The coast, partly cloudy and cool with a few showers over the central and southern coastal areas at places. The wind, moderate to fresh northwesterly to southwesterly.
By four, too much power. Hustle. Cash money. Fire. Hitmen. Thunderbolt Sengeli. Gentlemen. Gentlemen. Suka kapane Miguel Ebisayani Isolowana Cappuccino Man one time Samuel Leblanc Frankston Kasongo Shakira VIP Red Carpet El Mukayambo Mupao Mukosi Kandele Queen Afula More life to king Digital Fada Fumezinga Fafa Tumer Africa Bako Bandela Bako Kofa It's me Comrade You are number one You are the big boss The big boxer Here in Namibia And everywhere in the world Salute You are number one Salute You are the big boss Here in Namibia And everywhere in the world Salute Chibele, Mamwanye, Tatwanye, Chibela Bela, Chibelo, Chibela Bela, Chibela Bela, Aye. Power! Salud! Cabeza Pai Grande, Big Poster, One Punch. So much to get some money, get plenty money. Before then I shower, before 7 days, I shower run away, shower run away, shower run away, I shower run away, I shower run away, I shower run away. God created you beautiful, why you like to wear mini skirt? God created you beautiful, why you like to wear say your man? I shall run away, I shall run away, I shall run away, I shall run away. Petro, Musombo, Tabazombo tunamulongo, oya koboya akota samba. MQ, leka stara, mwaza kitoko kila mboka, stara. Shabani mwalimu, chuka, kalonga. Suke chili na lusaka, Mama Nadine na Lumbashi, Musungu, Mama Biomba, Nakamalondo
Usiri mwana meme mwana tate
Thomas P.I.
America
DJ Snot DJ Stizo Tonton Paolo Bianga Papana Giovanni
L'homme de Golf 7
Systemas
L'homme c'est l'homme
Arsène Mopanzi Sango les grands journalistes
Chakou de Castro Mukulu Kulu